Hey guys, Father here, and welcome back to another edition of Father at Home. Tonight is a good time, right? And they premiered a lot of good stuff on Nickelodeon. And during this time, we had a show that really was really good, that many people know, but for some reason you don't hear a whole lot about it. Was a great introduction to the animation genre, and it was a good show that hasn't lost its style. That show, Rocko's Modern Life. The show starts off about with the procrastinist named Rocko, who's a wallaby who lives alone with his pet dog Spunky, right? The two have a lot of misadventures, as Rocko is somebody who is the romantic of the show, but really loves his family as well. His dim-witted best friend Heifer is somebody who is kind of somebody who's like a few clowns short of a circus, but always gets Rocko's back. Heifer is really good because he's a character who really doesn't know he's in a judge. He didn't notice that he was adopted by wolves, that he didn't even care that the love of his life was like an elf. Now another dim-witted best friend of his is Philbot, the turtle. Philbot is this one character who actually started off appearing in the background, but when Philbot was on, he really did add a lot to the show, too. With characters like Philbot, he's somebody who, you could root for in some episodes, but in other episodes, really wonder why he's so unpopular. That's the thing. This isn't to say he isn't a good character. He's just he's a character who really has obviously had his problems. Rocko's neighbors, the big heads, Ed and Bev, are voiced by Charlie Adler. And I now Ed is a cheap, mean, mother effing jackass who is just trying to make it to the top in the world of the soda factory, right? It seems like every time he goes there, something goes wrong. His wife Bev is somebody who is horny and doesn't get the attention from Ed. Yeah, I hate to break it to you, but if you haven't seen the show, they are horny toads. I am not kidding about that. That is part of the show. Obviously, when I had noticed this too much as a kid, but looking back at it, I'm seeing Bev is somebody who just wants to get attention. I definitely recommend if you could find it, you definitely give it a look because it is definitely something worth checking out. For my fourth favorite movie of the '80s, I would probably say it's Caddyshack. You definitely cannot beat a movie about golf. A movie like that any day never makes you feel to laugh. But you end up liking it, and from start to finish, totally worth checking out. Number 9 would have to be regarding Henry. It's a good movie about someone how the people who sometimes what can be the worst news ends up being really a good thing in disguise, and that is why I end up liking this. Number Number 8 would be Beetlejuice. I mean, that movie is effing awesome. I love it. I could watch it 1,000 times. It's been rumored there's going to be a sequel coming. Well, I'll believe it when I see it, but in the meantime, I'm definitely excited about the original. Number 7 would be the Honest film. Definitely love those. My favorite ones would probably be where he goes to jail and where he goes to school. Those are totally hilarious. Check it out anytime. Number 6 would be Ice Castle, the movie that shows no matter what disability you could have, you could do anything. It's some of Robbie Benson's best work. I mean, the movie is kind of underrated, but I definitely recommend it. Number next would be Back to the Future. That enough said. There's no way you can beat it. That movie is freaking awesome. I really would. Every time I see Marty and Doc end up being on the screen, I always get a good laugh out of it. And like, Weekend at Bernie's, these movies are awesome. Larry and Webster having a party with a dead guy, and the way that they get me every time about having it happen. I mean, it never fails to make me laugh. I will laugh my head up every time it comes on, and that's great. And despite how stupid it sounds, it also has a pretty good sequel to it. Labyrinth. Can't go wrong with David Bowie. This movie is freaking awesome and freaking good, and I really like it. And my number one favorite, Up in Smoke. This movie is awesome. So, thank you guys so much again for watching. Arrivederci.